Hey coders, welcome to Coders. Okay, welcome coders. In this video, we are going to learn about PHP while loops. Basically, while loops are used to execute a block of code a specified number of times, or while a specified condition is true. So there are two kinds of while statements, looping statements. First one is simple while loop, and the second one is do while loop. So let's check these while loops one by one. The first one is simple while loop, where we're gonna start with writing while as a keyword. Then in this bracket you have to put the condition. I'm going to write I should be less than or equal to 5. Then you have to open the curly braces where you want to execute a block of code number of time until unless the specified condition is satisfied. Before that, I'm going to assign this value to the I. I'm going to assign I is equal to 1. So when the compiler enters the while loop, first value to I will be 1 because we have assigned the value 1 to variable I. So I'm going to echo the statement. I'm going to write the number is, I'm going to put this I variable over here, and then I'm going to put the break tag to break each line separately. And after that, after writing the code which you want to execute, you have to give the increment to the I variable. So if you want to increment I by 1, then you can write simply variable I, then put 2 plus signs. So it is similar to I is equal to I plus 1. That means you are adding one number, you're incrementing value of I by 1. So here compiler will increase the value of I by 1, and then will continue to the next, continue to the through the loop, and will execute the second statement. So let's check the output. Here it is the output. First it has printed the number is 1, then the number is 2, then 3, 4 and 5. Here it is how it has printed all these statements. First we have assigned I is equal to 1. That means now I has a value 1. Then we have passed this I variable as a condition to the while statement, and we have put the condition that I should be less than or equal to 5. First, when compiler reaches here, it has checked whether the value of I is less than 5 or not. Currently the value is 1, so it allows looping through these statements. And then here, after printing the statement that is the number is 1, the next step was to increment the I value of I by 1, and then again it goes here in while to check the condition, that is I should be less than or equal to 5. Now the value of I is 2, still the condition is satisfied. That's why it enters the loop and printed the second statement, that is number is 2, and again it has increased the value of I by 1. Now the value of I is 3, and again I is still less than or equal to 5. So it has printed the number 3 also, and subsequently it has printed the number 5. Now after printing the number is 5, now the value of I is 5, and here the value of I has increased by 1. Now the value of I is 6, and again compiler goes here to check whether the value of I is still less than or equal to 5 or not, but the current value of I is 6, so condition is unsatisfied and compiler didn't allow to execute the further code within the loop, and it exits the loop here. So here is the explanation of how the while loop works. So the next loop, while loop statement, is do while loop. What do while loop does is, first is executes the code and then checks the condition, whereas in while loop it first checks the condition then execute the code. So to do while loop, we're going to write do as a keyword, then open the curly braces and close the curly braces, and in between those two curly braces you have to write the code which you want to execute. So I'm going to echo one statement over here, that is the number is, and I'm going to print I variable. Still I is not declared, but we'll declare the value to I, and similarly I'm going to put break over here, and after putting this line you have to give the increment to the I variable. So I'm going to increase the value of I by 1 here, and here I'm going to write while keyword to put the condition. So I'm going to write I should be less than or equal to 5, and initially I'm going to assign I is equal to 1. Okay, now we have prepared this code, that is do while loop. What we did is we assigned the value to I variable, that is 1. So now we have I is equal to 2. Once it enters the do while loop, it will execute this first line, it will print the first line, that is the number is 1. After printing the number is 1 line, it will increase the value of I by 1. Now the value of I is 2, will check the condition written here whether it is satisfied or not. So current value of I is 2, and what condition says is the value of I should be less than or equal to 5, and we have value of I currently is 2, so condition is satisfied. So it will continue to execute the code through this do while loop, and it will execute the next statement, that is the number is 2, and it will increase the value of I by 1, and it will continue doing this until and unless the condition is unsatisfied. So let's check the output. Here it is the output. The number is 1, 2 and 3 and 4, 5. So basically the code has executed perfectly, it works, and we have learned here two while loop statements in PHP, that is while and do while loop. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial. So this is the tutorial for this video, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, that is Code Rest, and please share this video and bring more coders. Thank you.